Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to an episode of my F1 2019 Manager career mode here, Motorsport Manager, for round number 14 at the USA Grand Prix Phoenix. I actually want to check which track layout this is. Okay, it's not the oval, so thank God, otherwise that would have been a bit of a boring race. So we've got the track B layout, so probably the longest version of this track, so a fairly long USA Grand Prix maybe in terms of the actual lap time there. So hopefully we're going to have a good one. Obviously last time out it was a pretty decent race actually. What was it? Japan. In the end, Ricciardo 5th place, Hulkenberg 8th. Spoiler alert, you should have seen the previous episode if you didn't see it already. But, yeah, I mean, best of the rest, really, for Ricciardo, beating both Verstappen and Gasly. Couldn't have hoped for more. And so we go into the last 3 rounds. Just looking forward to it. Hopefully some more good results. Try and get maybe one more podium with the car. That'd be good. But obviously, last episode, the very end, we were talking about potentially signing a new star driver to replace Nico Hulkenberg. And so maybe in this episode, we'll get an idea of what kind of deals we could do. We sent offers to Vettel, Alonso. We'll see what they're saying in terms of if they even want the deal, and then we can maybe try and do a deciding vote maybe as we go on to the end of the season. But we're going to do an interview with RTL there. Do we have a moment? Yes, we do. Ricciardo was beaten by Hamilton. We're going to consider him if he's interested. That'd be a marvelous idea. I'll just say that. It's not affected the morale in any kind of way. New personality traits, that's all fine. Pit crew review. We need to actually do some new pit crew because these guys are getting quite tired, I think, very quickly. Yeah, that's not great. So let's swap this dude in there, first of all. Hire some new people. Hopefully, 15 guy, we'll hire him because we basically just need people right now in this team. So what we say, he's actually turned to 16 now the second I signed him. Okay, that's cool. Right, let these two can rest. This dude can come in. Actually, no, damn it, we need to let this guy rest as well. Is there a guy who's good in front jack here? 14. We're gonna have to take it, to be honest. I can't afford basically another mistake really from someone else. So this dude's turned to 15. That's good. Okay, so swap that in. So these 4 are gonna rest. These guys are all green, so I'll say that's okay. Apparently this guy's contract's going to run out. I mean, I don't really care too much for that, so I mean, I'll just let it run out, to be honest. So we're going to move on then. So pit crew is all fine. Continuing on, we're still building this engine, which is going to take 20 more days. So it's going to be right towards the end of the season. We're going to basically have that engine done. We've got new sponsors to look at now for slot number 6, so that's good. We've got 2 Ray-Ban deals and then Comfort Revolution here. Probably that looks like a pretty crap deal, so we're not going to go for that. We've got upfront payment, and then we've got a target position payment of 15th or above. We don't have any target position at the moment as of yet, so I think, you know, we could go for that, but let's see. Generally, this is the deal that has less money, but, I mean, we still want a good deal, so let's see what we can get. So that's 360k per race for 18 races, so that's, in total, 6.4 million. Over 18 races, which is a way more than 3.7. We don't necessarily need a big upfront payment, so I'm going to go with this offer, and we can definitely get 15th or above, so we can definitely get that money. So yeah, no brainer really. So we'll go with Ray-Ban, but we'll go with that one. So where is that on the car? Actually, looks like it's on the just a little. I don't really know what to call that part of the car. The side impact structure, just on either side of the driver's head. So now we'll move forward then, and we'll have that. And we've got an email now about leaked information. Boss, it's a disaster. We caught Mark Slade. I don't even know who that is. Is that one of our engineers? Yeah, this geezer, Mark Slade, has been trying to sneak information out. He might have been going to leak it somewhere to the other teams. What should we do? Fire him? A fine should suffice. Minus 25 for the mechanic. Minus 25 for the chairman. Leave it. Now, our chairman, I'm pretty sure he's pretty happy, isn't he? Where is he? Chairman. Chairman's happiness is pretty good. So I'm going to go for probably just the fine, because I don't want to lose Mark Slade, because he is a good guy. He's 4 stars. And to be honest, leaking has never really actually meant too much in the game. So a fine should suffice. We're going to make 480 out of that. I can't believe that idiot was going to sell our secrets. I know, Carlos. I can't believe it either. But you know what? It's all fine and dandy. You're still happy. Yeah, that didn't even affect anything. So you're still fine. Bob's your uncle. We came out as the true winner, really. We got free money, basically. So now we've got a GMA vote for the spec engines, apparently. Okay. And engines cannot be developed in-house. All teams would use a standard V8 to performance 150. This lowers the annual cost of the car development. This will benefit equally focused teams like Red Bull, Toros, or Honda. Will not benefit traditional teams. I'm going to abstain. I don't really care for this. I mean, either way, I think we'll be fine. So I'm going to abstain and just see what goes on. I think most likely this will be rejected probably by most of the teams. So here we go. Yep, it's a pretty fast and quick 9-1. So I saved a vote. I was the clever one. There was no point even bothering to vote in that. So there we go. Spec engines off the table. Thank you very much. And we'll continue on as we were. Alright, Sebastian Vettel says we need some negotiation here apparently. So he is happy with most things. I prefer that you pay it all. Oh, he wanted us to pay it. That's going to be a no for me, dog. Let's do an even split. I'm not really up for that. I'm not, and since you don't like a signing on fee, I'm going to remove all these, because if we're going to do an even split, then, you know, I'm going to, yeah, you know, right, renegotiate. That's to offer him a bit more wage, but we remove the bonuses, and we'll see what he says. Let's see what Fernando Alonso says. Right, Fernando, wages aren't important to him, but he's not happy with that, so I think we might have to go to 1.2 million there. We're paying Nico Hulkenberg 1 million per race, so I'm not too bothered by that, to be honest. Signing on fees not happy with, so this is our last chance. So I don't know. Signing on fee of 3 million. I don't want to pay that much. 2.3. We'll go. We tried 1, didn't we? So I'll go with 2.6. I think I'm happy with that. He doesn't. Okay, he wants more for the race. So let's remove that. Let's go to 260 for each. He might be happy with that. One deal that is going to go through, though, is we're going to change our reserve driver here because, well, Jarno's not that great. He's 187 per race as well. And we're going to go ahead and sign Jamie Chadwick. Now, the only reason I've gone for that is because it's quite funny, really, because obviously you guys know I'm signed to Veloce Esports as a content creator. Veloce actually have a sports agency called just Veloce Sports, and they manage Jamie Chadwick. So I just thought it'd be quite funny just to have her as a reserve driver. She's a pretty good reserve driver, actually, as well. 3-star, better than Jarno. Doesn't have too much potential to 5-star rating or anything like that, but young, so I mean 240 per race, not gonna be too much hassle. We have a lot of flow anyway in terms of cash, and it's not much more than we're actually paying Jarno as well, and the contract's gonna run out in 2 months anyway, so I would have to try and find someone anyway, or have a temp driver. So we're gonna sign her as a reserve driver. Just thought it'd be a bit of a funny Easter egg, to be honest, if anything, in the series. So we're going to have to wait to see what Fernando Alonso and Vettel say. Alonso's deal, he's literally reached his last limit, so that's going to be very iffy. We'll see about that. I feel like, you know, I'm playing a fine balance because I don't want to overpay them so much, because at the end of the day, there's no guarantee we'll be in a championship fight next season with the car we have. So at the same time, you know, Nico is still a solid driver, so I don't want to kind of completely just chuck away so much money for no guarantee of having a championship win here next season with one of these guys. So I'm playing it fine by ear, but we'll see how it goes. Right, so we're going to Phoenix then. We've got the new Ray-Ban sponsor, the bonus pool. Obviously, I'm hoping we will get that. Tire selection, tire wear is very high. So let's go for 6 extra softs, and then I'm going to go for, we'll go 4 mediums, and then 5 hards. I think we'll probably end up using the hard tires quite a fair bit, because I remember from history, you know, USA is a tough place. We will probably end up using the hard tires quite a fair bit. Part-wise, we're all fine there, so let's just go through. Should be nice and sunny for the entire weekend, actually, so I don't expect any rain, but we'll see, actually. What's the race report like? We've got a 0% chance of rain, so yeah, it won't be raining this event. If it does, the game truly hates me and just wants to pull the wool over my eyes whenever it can. We're at practice, so I'm going to send them out on the soft tyres first of all, on a race trim, even though that doesn't make any sense again, obviously, vice versa, but it's fine. We're going to do the setup work first and see how we go. I don't think this setup's going to be great the first time around, because this is a very different layout to the other USA setups I've got saved up, so let's see how this goes. I need to bring them in here, actually. There we go. Done. Right, let's see. Ricardo, what are we saying here on the setup? Is it going to be okay, or do we have to do a lot of work here? A lot of work here, I think. What's Hulkenberg saying? He's a little bit better, so let's base it off him and see what we do here. So, bit more, or less downforce. I guess maybe less downforce. Yeah, less downforce makes sense, because obviously it's a bit of an oval, so there's half an oval to this track. So, let's go for the lower downforce and see if he likes that. I have a suspicion, though, he might want a higher downforce in some kind of crazy way. But speed balance, I don't know, a little bit less maybe on the top end speed, a bit more understeer potentially. Let's see how that goes for him. And we'll go out for 4 laps as well. Right, Hulkenberg looking good. 2 greats and an excellent, so that's very nice indeed. So we're now going to go for a 12-lap stint on hard tyres, and actually we probably made that 8 laps to be honest, and we'll try and get the knowledge on the hards and the race, and then we'll switch over to softs again for the qualifying. Ricciardo, a little bit more to go. He's only got good on the downforce there, 92%. So what are we saying, mate? Probably in between, I would say, these two. So a bit more downforce in between, I think will be the sweet spot for you, mate. Let's go 8 laps and hard tyres. I'm going to trust that's going to be the final time we need to do that. So, only 20 minutes left in the session, so hopefully we'll get this done. But this is a fairly long lap here, 1:35. That is probably one of the longer laps on this game in the season so far. So, hopefully can get through all this knowledge in time. Right, I got level 3, and we're all good to go. Ricciardo with 3 greats there in the setup, so pretty good. 95%, I'll take that. So let's go to qualifying trim now. 3 laps, soft tyres again, and try and get this knowledge. We've only got 9 minutes though, so I'm not sure if we'll get level 3 on the qualifying trim. Maybe it might have to be a level 2 only as we come around then. Hulkenberg, by the time we send him out, it's going to be 8 minutes left, so this is going to be quite fine. Probably level 2, have to deal with that then. But, I mean, we've had that before when it's rained in practice, so could be a lot worse. Right, session's over, and like I thought, we've only got level 2 on the qualifying trim, but at least we've got level 3 on the soft, hard, and race trim there, so that's all fine. And like I said, it could be worse. And in terms of pace, we're P9, P12 in practice. Pretty okay. Let's see. I mean, USA, it's never been much of a struggle, actually, for me in terms of the actual pace and against the AI. So we'll see about this. Could be a very good race, but you never know. The Haas and the Racing Point and McLaren guys have been a bit up and down in the last few episodes. So we'll see how they go. And obviously, the Red Bull Hondas, pretty much a complete guesswork of how they're going to go. But we're going to qualify then, feeling pretty good. Obviously, getting 15th or above for the bonus payments, that should be fine. We should be able to do that very easily. So soft tire and qualifying trim for both these guys. We're going to Q1 with pretty good confidence here. So let's take qualifying then, and this should be pretty simple. We're going to wait a little bit, but hopefully just one run will take us through into Q2. Right, Ricciardo comes through, and he's going to be up into P7 there, 1.8 off pole. Close to the Haas guys, but hopefully that's going to be high enough to get us into Q2. Where is Hulkenberg then? Across the line, P7 there. Goes faster than Ricciardo, so pretty good. And as the times come in, I think you'll find we should be fine there. P8 and P10. Hopefully no one improves by that much time. I mean, like from 1.8 to 2.3, that's quite a bit of time to find here for the likes of Giovinazzi and Raikkonen. So I think we should be fine to get into the second part of qualifying then today. Right, so out in Q1 is Lando Norris, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Russell, and Kubica there. So the two, at least one of the Saubers made it through, did they? Yeah, Raikkonen made it through, so pretty decent for him, actually. And so now we go through into Q2, but we've already got our money, basically, because obviously Q2, the cutoff was P15, so we should be fine. But also we're trying to make it now into the top 10 shootout here, so wait a little bit, hopefully get through in one run, but we might have to use 2, I don't know. We're on the teetering edge, I think, of the top 10 here in terms of pace. So we'll have to see how it goes, really. But going to send them out in a little bit, probably now. All right, decent amount of clean air for Ricciardo, I think, and also Hulkenberg. So hopefully those guys get a good run in here. Let's see. 5 tenths down, or 6 tenths down for the first sector. Second sector, 1.3 down across the line, and it is going to be. That is not great. Ooh, Hulkenberg very slow as well. Okay, we need to come in. They need to come in really quickly. We need to send them out quickly as well. Oh, God. Oh, God. We might not have enough time here. This is going to be very close. This is going to be very, very close. Right, send out again. Let's have softs. Go, go, go. Hulkenberg, where are you, man? Send out. Go, go, go. Hopefully make it through across the line. Please do. Ricciardo's through. Starts his lap. And Hulkenberg is through, starter's lap. Good stuff there, right? Both you boys need to improve by only 2 tenths, to be honest. So 2 tenths unifying, Ricciardo. Come on. Green in the first sector. That's good. Good sign. Green in second sector. That's good. Both Hulkenberg and Ricciardo green in their 2 sectors. So good signs there. Across the line, and it is P10 right on the cusp. Hulkenberg goes only P14. And that is upsetting there. And it looks like we're going to be on the back foot this episode. We don't have a lot of pace there. Ricciardo only just by the skin of his teeth gets in the top 10 shootout. We got beaten by Raikkonen here. And he goes P9. So, I think this might be a bit of a difficult race, you know. Right, it's time for a top 10 shootout, which I feel is not going to be much of a shootout for us. Because, well, I think our only goal is beating Raikkonen, really. And doing better than him. Because from Q2, our car doesn't have much pace. So Let's send Ricciardo out. We only have, well, 2 fresh sets. I want to kind of keep one for the race in case. So pretty much only 1 run. You know what? I'm going to do what most teams do in real life when they get through and they're kind of a midfield team. We're going to wait and do only 1 run because I don't want to waste tyres. I'd rather just do 1 run, save the tyre for the race. And I don't think we'll be really in any higher position than maybe if we're lucky P7. But even that's going to be a struggle, I think. So let's just sit it out and wait and hold tight. Right, going out now, midway through the session. Hopefully most people coming into the pit, so we'll have a very nice clean track ahead of us. And let's see how we do then. 5/10 off in the first sector. Second sector, 1.3 off. So that would be around P7, so that would be pretty good. Across the line, where are we? We are P9. We lose a lot of time in the last sector there as well. And also the second sector. The first sector, not so much. We are ahead of Raikkonen, though, so like I said, we've done the job of beating Raikkonen there. He's quite some way off us, actually, so can't complain about that. But even Perez is beating us there in the Racing Point team, so yeah, this is going to be a struggle. For some reason, our car just... I think the setup maybe wasn't obviously so high. We got 95%. Could have been 98. Could have made a bit of a difference, but... I mean, still, it just looks like our car's just not very suited to USA. The oval, the half oval, half road circuit kind of thing. It just ain't it for our car. So we're going to have to just be patient for this episode, I guess. But Vettel is on pole. So Vettel obviously had a bit of a disaster in recent races. So he's had to try and come back here for his championship's sake. So he beats Hamilton to the front row there in pole position. So it will be a bit of a straight scrap then between Hamilton and Vettel maybe for the championship a little bit here in this race. As well as Bottas, remember, who's in it as well. But there you go, P9. Compared to the last few qualifyings we've had, definitely a bit harder to swallow. But let's go into race then, see what we can do. Maybe try something clever with some hard tyres maybe. Right, race time. Going to take in... Well, actually, hang on. Let's have a look here. Because I can use Hulkenberg to see how the tyres go. Right, it's a 32-lap race. Hard tyres go 20 laps. So I'm going to say they only go 18, probably that lower band. 18 laps. So, it's going to be, what? 12, 14 laps we need to take out of soft tyres, which just isn't going to work. If we do go 20 laps, that would work. So... I'm hoping that is the case. So let's go hard tyres for Hulkenberg and try a contra strategy there. We're going to be on the hard tyres the longest, though. So I would say let's take the hard tyre knowledge into the race. Same for Ricciardo, really, because we'll be on the hards for longer. So we need to try and stretch the soft tyres to at least lap 12 if we can manage it with Ricciardo. That's going to be the very ideal situation. Right, so here we go then to 5 red lights to the USA Grand Prix here from P9 and 14th on the grid. 5 red lights are out and we're underway. It's a bit of a sluggish start there for Ricciardo there, side by side with Raikkonen. Hulkenberg is in the mix then. Hulkenberg might actually overtake. Yes, Hulkenberg down the inside there on the oval section, and he's up into P12, that is. Ricciardo down to P17. He's had a horrendous start, Rick Bobby has, and that's literally not what we need. Hulkenberg, though, pushed down to P16. Our car is maybe just not performing too well, and this is going to be a real struggle fest the entire race, maybe. Let's go to neutral and high, protect both these guys' tyres, because that's what we need to do. Let's fast forward here and try and settle down into a bit of a rhythm, maybe, as Ricciardo's back up into P13 then. Hulkenberg is down in last place as Kvyat's crashed. So that's not great, but what's not even worse is Hulkenberg's down last. I don't know how that's worked out. He's overtaken one car there of the Haas, but, mate, I don't know what you're doing now. I know you're on hard tyres, but there's a few others on hards, like Albon, who's up in P8, so you've got no excuse, mate. Oh, driving mistake there, lock up for Ricciardo. For a second there, I thought that was a puff of smoke there off Ricciardo's car. I thought he was going to have an engine failure. A mistake for Hulkenberg as well, so these guys making a lot of mistakes here, and the tyre wear still isn't really that great for having to take these to lap 12. So I have to work a little bit harder on that. I'm going to go overtake mode and use hybrid mixture to try and counteract that. So burn the fuel, protect the tyres is going to be the motto there, because we need to get this lap 12. That's the only way I envisage us having a good race here, is pulling off this one stop onto hard tyres. Right, sit rep lap 6. We're ahead of Leclerc, who's made a pit stop though. So he's on hard tyres now. So a bit of an early pit stop. So I think, I don't know, maybe a lot of people are doing 2 stops here, but I still want to try and see if the 1 stop's possible. But at the moment, we're behind Carlos Sainz, who's doing a great job on the hard tyres. And for us, it's just not looking too grand. Hulkenberg's P16. I'm hoping he can come back into this later. Worn tyres there for Ricciardo on lap 7. You know what? I don't think the 1 stop's even physically possible now, because these tyres are really wearing out. And the tyre temps aren't... The tyre temps are going so cold because we're having to protect the tyres so much. So I'm going to go full out attack there. We'll have to switch our thinking a little bit here. Right, we're P5. We've... got ahead of Sainz, actually, so that's good at least. And we're pushing hard now. We've gained 1.8 in this in-lap there, so that's a very good in-lap for Ricciardo. Into the pit stop now. No mistake, please. No mistake. Good, good. And we're behind... who's that? No, ignore. We're behind Sergio Perez. Right, auto on the ERS. Going to go pushing and high. And use a bit of hybrid mode now. And try and save some fuel. Right, Hulkenberg's now complaining of worn tyres on lap 12. So we're going to go for maybe 2 more laps, I think. Because the cliff obviously is bigger on the hard tyres. So... or the range where the cliff hit is bigger. So we're going to keep on going here to about 20% worn. And then I'll go full out attack, I think. Yeah, so on this lap, you know what? Let's go full out attack now. Use ERS. Let's use all the ERS here if we can. Please do. Go on. Another surcharge around the outside of the Force India. Lovely stuff up into P8. I'm going to pit in on this lap now. I'd say lap 13. Right, Hulkenberg's in for his pit stop. Hopefully no mistake for us, as I'm trying to cool down Ricciardo's tyres quite quickly, because I kind of forgot about it, I can't lie. But Hulkenberg's out in P14, so looking pretty okay. Right, 16 laps to go. Ricciardo's in P9, so pretty much where we were, ahead of Carlos Sainz. So we're kind of racing Sainz this entire race with Ricciardo. Hulkenberg's P13, so he's kind of slowly making his way back up towards Ricciardo in a way. But obviously he's nearly 10 seconds, 11 seconds behind Ricciardo, so... have to try and find that time somewhere, but this definitely has turned into a 2-stop race, unfortunately. The tyre wear is just actually that ridiculously high. I kind of forgot how high the tyre wear was at USA. I didn't think it was going to be that bad, but truly it is, so we're going to have to watch out for it. So the hards only went 13 laps then, so 26 laps. You do a set of soft tyres at the end, so that's what we'll do. Hulkenberg will go to softs right at the end of this Grand Prix, whereas Ricciardo starts on softs and will go to the end on hard tyres. I mean, still, the knowledge we picked was correct because we're going to be on hard tyres the longest, but it's still just a bit annoying. Like, I thought maybe the one stop was possible. Mathematically, it says it is, but in reality, the tyre wear is just too much. Right, lap 20, we're side by side with Carlos Sainz, just about with Ricciardo. Sainz is really pushing on soft tyres, trying to overtake us, and Sainz sends one down the inside there. It's a good dive bomb, to be fair, from Carlos Sainz, and that papaya orange McLaren of his. So he's P7 now. We're down to P8, being chased after by Bottas, who's definitely out of sync of this Grand Prix. He's pit earlier. Let's go to the end, maybe. I don't know. But for now, we're kind of A-OK on tyres. Temps are looking good. Hulkenberg's a bit of no man's land, to be honest. We're trying to catch up to Giovinazzi here. Let's push on a little bit, let's say, Hulkenberg. Let's push on and try and catch up a little bit. Let's use some ERS there. Down this straight, try and catch up. What's the gap there? It's only about a second, so let's try and see if we can catch those sabers, please. And Ricciardo has now been overtaken by Bottas. So we're going back with Ricciardo and going forwards with Hulkenberg. Good, good. Well, I'm going to start pushing Ricciardo because we're going to come in very, very soon for another set of tyres here. Right, Ricciardo's going to come in. His tyres are going off the cliff a little bit. We come in ahead of Bottas, actually. So we pushed hard on that in-lap and overtook the Finn in for the same time on the pit stop. So Bottas wasn't actually out of sync. He just made some sort of error, I guess. I don't know. Let's use some ERS, though. Stay ahead of him, please. Come on. Stay ahead. Go. Yes, there we go. Lovely. Right, save some fuel. Keep going like that. Go neutral. Right, Hulkenberg, where you at, mate? 4 tenths gained. Let's carry on like this, please, mate. Carry on like this. One more lap out of you. I think we'll be good. Ricciardo saved a decent amount of fuel, so let's go auto there and just go on high fuel. Hulkenberg, what are we saying? Good pit stop, please. No mistake. Good stuff. Right, out in P13 once again, but we'll now go on high fuel. Stop that. Use some hybrid mode, and we'll go pushing, and we'll really wreck the hell out of these soft tyres and see what we can do on the last few laps of this Grand Prix. P13, I reckon we could catch Raikkonen for sure. Gasly's just there as well, so we could have some fun here with Hulkenberg on soft tyres. We're the only man on soft apart from Kubica here in the near the top 10, so hopefully Hulkenberg can do some stuff here. Ricciardo on mediums, he's got a lot of tyre wear to play with, so let's go high with him as well, and overtake mode because he's got the fuel for it as well. With P9 being chased after Bottas, so I'm kind of happy we've got a Mercedes car behind us. That's a pretty good achievement that we've managed to get ahead of a Merc car, and we're actually keeping him ahead for now, and we're actually catching up to the Toro Rosso of Albon, who's doing a crazy job on the Toro Rosso, to be fair to him, because Gasly and the Red Bull's behind him in P11. Right, I'm going to use some ERS on this back straight here. I think once we come through, or not on the back straight, the main straight. As we come through here, there we go. Use some ERS here. Let's catch up to Albon, please. Use all of it, actually. Getting close. There we go. Down the inside. Lovely stuff. Use the oval to good effect. Up into P8. Good overtake on Albon. Let's see if we can chase after Carlos Sainz there. He's just up the road by 4 seconds. I don't know. 3 laps remaining. It's going to be close, but let's see. Right, we've got 1 lap left. I'm going to chuck everything out this. Kitchen sink time. Doesn't matter if the tyres are overheating, mate. You've got 1.5 laps left. You may as well go full out attack. Hulkenberg, try and get Gasly just for the sake of pride, really, of beating Red Bull Honda on pace. Gasly's had a horrendous race in P11, so let's try and beat him if we can. We're closing up. He's using some ERS. We can use some ERS on the back straight. Stop pausing it. Come on. Right, here we go. ERS time. Boost it all the way. Last lap overtake. There we go. Round Gasly. Good stuff, mate. Great stuff. Ahead of the Frenchman and the Red Bull Honda. Where are we here? Oh, need to use some hybrid mode. A lot of hybrid mode there on the last lap there. Trying to save fuel. The last minute. There we go. We're fine now. Go overtake mode right at the end there. ERS mode right at the end. P8. We actually were close to catching Sainz there. Literally a second off Carlos Sainz. So we nearly missed out on P7 there. But we finish ahead of Pierre Gasly with Hulkenberg, which I'm very happy for pride-wise. We got P8. That's the only points we get today. But it's a very weird Grand Prix, really. Vettel won it, though, so he's done a good job for his championship's sake. Hamilton P2, but the likes of Perez and Kubica and Sainz, to be honest, up there in P5, 6, and 7, did not think that was going to be possible for them. And Bottas was down in P9 and Gasly P12, so it was a bit of a hectic one. I think we made the most of it, to be honest, but the tyre wear was very hard to manage. I didn't do the best job there, but I mean, all in all, can't complain too, but we did beat a Red Bull Honda still. We beat one of them. Verstappen came ahead of us, but it's a little too late right now for the championship for them. So, all in all, still pretty fun race, actually. I really enjoyed using the ERS there on the back straight there to overtake some cars. That was fun. Right, so for the championship, Hamilton moves up into second place now, ahead of Valtteri Bottas. He's 20 points off Vettel, though, so it will be very hard to catch the German now with only 2 races to go. But obviously, if Vettel DNFs and Hamilton wins the Grand Prix, then he's right in the money. But let's see about that. Constructors-wise, 20 points off Ferrari are to Merck. So I think Merck probably have one hand on the title right now in terms of constructors. But like I said, for us, a race like that, it doesn't really matter too much because we're still comfortable against Red Bull Honda, so that's fine. 2.1 in the bank, so the new sponsors coming in well with the money there. That's all good to see. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of the episode. I'm going to leave you guys on a cliffhanger for what we're going to do with Alonso or Vettel. We'll see and wait for the responses in the next episode. And probably next episode will be the time when we actually put pen to paper and sign one of them maybe for the very end of the season, going into next season. So, guys, if you did enjoy this episode, though, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know your thought in the comments below. If you are new around here, to get subscribed for weekly 4-on content. I've been aarava. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.